Schools are an important place where culture is shared and developed. Apple and Goldenberg say cultural capital promotes social mobility and tells us, based on our cultural capital, individuals bring different powers into society. Connell et al. Define cultural capital as the knowledge, skills, dispositions and social tastes that can provide access to social power. Bordeaux, who penned the term, says cultural capital can present itself in three fundamental ways: economic, cultural and social. A person's cultural capital is embodied in how they speak and reflected in the cultural goods that they possess and value, as well as in the cultural competence and status acquired through qualifications. The difference between the dominant and non-dominant cultural capital is based on the intersections of culture, race and social class. For example, some may see value in private education in that it will deliver superior results and hold greater social standing suitable to what they see and value in themselves. What religious diversity has brought to Australian schooling through this lens is an opportunity for religion to be part of cultural capital. Following the 2001 terror attacks, a sense of fear and anxiety towards terrorism and the threat of terrorism at home in Australia emerged. This anxiety was often linked with particular focus on people of different faiths. At the same time, scholars in Australia saw that education about diverse religions and beliefs could play an important role in advancing social inclusion and social cohesion. The best way to encounter negative prejudices, they said, is through building better understanding of religious diversity. The then government took a different approach to promote the traditional values of Australia, which could be argued were predominantly focused on a white Christian view of Australia and not reflective of our multiculturalism, thus creating this traditional view as a dominant cultural capital in society. Considering the history of Australian schooling, with the changing cultural landscape of Australia, since the early 2000s we have now seen a number of non-Christian religious-based schools emerge in the independent sector, such as Islamic and Buddhist schools. Social cohesion is an ideal cultural outlook that started to gain momentum in the Australian education system through the release of the Melbourne Declaration in 2008. It states that it is important to ensure that schooling contributes to a socially cohesive society that represents and appreciates cultural, social and religious diversity.
Created using Powtoon.